In a country where rugby is more religion than sport, where every aspiring playmaker is compared to legends like Dan Carter, Beauden Barrett or Damien McKenzie, a new name is forcing his way into the conversation. Ruben Love. He isn't just talented, he's something else entirely. A dual threat genius who might redefine what it means to wear the 10 or 15 jersey for the All Blacks. Born on April 28, 2001 in Wellington, Ruben Love wasn't just another kid kicking the ball around the backyard. His bloodlines read like a rugby novel. His father, Martin Love, was a Māori All Black, and young Ruben seemed destined to carry the torch. But destiny doesn't guarantee success. It only offers a door. Ruben kicked that door down with raw talent and relentless work ethic. He honed his game at Palmerston North Boys High School, one of New Zealand's most respected rugby nurseries. There, he dominated the field for the first 15, but his athletic brilliance didn't stop at rugby. He also captained the cricket team. You see, Ruben Love wasn't just gifted, he was elite in two sports. He made New Zealand history as the first athlete selected for both New Zealand under-18s Māori rugby and cricket sides in 2018. Let that sink in. National level recognition in two sports by the age of 17. By 2019, Ruben had taken the field for both New Zealand schools rugby team and under-19 national cricket side. Coaches and scouts were salivating over what he could become. But with two professional pathways in front of him, Love made a choice that would change his life, and maybe change New Zealand rugby. He committed to rugby full-time. He signed with Wellington Lions in 2020 and didn't waste a moment proving he belonged there. On debut, he scored a try against Bay of Plenty, announcing himself on the domestic stage in style. That breakout moment opened doors, and the Hurricanes came calling. In 2021, Ruben Love officially became Hurricane number 277, making his Super Rugby debut against the Highlanders in Dunedin. Since then, he hasn't looked back. He's become a fixture in the Hurricanes lineup, bringing a unique blend of tactical intelligence and electric footwork. And while most young players find themselves pigeonholed into one role, Love defied convention by excelling at both first 5/8 and fullback. By 2022, his progress was impossible to ignore. He was called up to the Māori All Blacks and the All Blacks 15, New Zealand's second-tier nation side that has been a stepping stone for many future stars. The momentum kept building until, finally, in 2024, the dream came true. On October 26, in a test match against Japan, Ruben Love pulled on the iconic black jersey of the All Blacks for the first time. And in just 3 minutes off the bench, he made history again, scoring 2 tries in a flash, sending a message to the world that a new star had arrived. But here's where things get interesting. Love didn't just look good because Japan were weak. He looked like the best player on the field. That match was more than a debut. It was a declaration. This wasn't a fringe player getting a ceremonial cap. This was a statement. Ruben Love is here and he belongs in the elite. And then came the setback. In December 2024, Love underwent an ankle surgery, a frustrating pause to what had been a meteoric rise. It ruled him out to the start of the 2025 Super Rugby season, prompting doubts whether injuries would become a recurring theme in his career. But those who know Ruben knew better. This wasn't the end of the story. It was just another chapter. Determined and disciplined, he committed himself to rehab with laser focus. He didn't whine, he didn't fade away, he plotted his return. One of the people who's never doubted Ruben's future is former All Black selector Grant Fox. Fox said if not due to a few unfortunate injury spells, Love would have already staked his claim as one of the best All Blacks of this generation. Think about that. One of the most respected voices in New Zealand rugby believes Ruben Love has greatness written all over him. That's not hype, that's insider knowledge. Now we return to the central question. What is Ruben Love's best position? First 5/8, he is the rare games manager's mind. He sees the field 3 moves ahead, orchestrates attacks with ease, and can control the tempo like a veteran. His kicking, both for territory and goal, is clinical, and when he runs, he slices through defences like a hot knife through butter. But then you watch him at fullback, and the debate becomes even more complex. His ability to counter-attack, read broken play, and time support runs makes him an absolute nightmare for tired defences. He reminds fans of the best moments from Ben Smith or even Christian Cullen, dynamic, elusive, and fearless under the high ball. His sabbatical awareness is off the charts, And when he hits top speed, it's like watching art in motion. This kind of dual experience is rare. Most players can fake versatility. Ruben Love lives it. He's the guy who doesn't just fill in, he dominates in two roles. And that's why this debate matters. Because it's not just about preference, it's about maximising greatness. If you were picking an All Black starting 15 tomorrow, would you want Love calling the shots at 10? Or do you want him unleashed at 15, roaming freely and punishing mistakes? It's a good problem to have, but it's also a ticking clock. The All Blacks need to figure this out fast. Damian McKenzie at 10 or 15 has carved out a unique role as the high-risk, high-reward playmaker. Beauden Barrett, though ageing, still carries game-breaking potential and years of experience. But Love could be the bridge between the two. The consistency of Carter, the explosiveness of McKenzie, and the all-round threat of Beauden. That's not exaggeration. That's the trajectory he's on. But to reach those heights, Love needs game time. He needs starts. He needs to be given the keys to the car. You can't keep a Ferrari in the garage and expect to win races. Whether at 10 or 15, the All Blacks need to commit him before someone else snatches his moment. Because here's the truth. Other nations would kill to have a player like this. If Ruben Love were born in Australia, Ireland or England, he'd already be a national icon. And while stats never tell the full story, his numbers do stand out. In Super Rugby, Love boasts a high line break rate, solid defensive stats for a backing player, and one of the highest metres run per game averages in the Hurricane squad. But the real magic? It's in the moments between the numbers. The cheeky sidestep that leaves the defenders grabbing air, and the no-look pass that opens up space, or the perfectly timed support line that turns half chances into tries. And he's still only 24. Think about where Beauden Barrett was at 24. He hadn't even cemented his place in the All Blacks starting 15 yet. Think about Damian McKenzie. Electrifying, yes, but also inconsistent. Ruben Love has the tools, the temperament, and the tendency to surpass them both. He just needs the platform. Off the field, Love is as grounded as they come. No flashy headlines, no scandals, just a quiet, focused professional who loves the game and respects the jersey. In an era where ego can derail potential, Love is refreshing. A throwback to the days when humility and hunger walked hand in hand. So, where do you stand? Is Ruben Love the next great All Black 10? The heir to the fullback throne? Or the rare hybrid who can play both roles and become the most versatile superstar of this generation? One thing's certain, Ruben Love isn't coming, he's already here. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of New Zealand rugby's most exciting talents, hit that like button, share the video with your mates, and don't forget to subscribe for more rugby content just like this. And drop a comment below. Where do you want to see Ruben Love play for the All Blacks? Thanks guys, and see you next time.